Hi, kids. So the next move in this epic undertaking is to replace this bent up door. The paint's chipped over here. And I think that's what most people are seeing because the real damage isn't all that visible. But down here, this door is caved in. Scratches along it. It's kind of hard to notice just how much damage there is. I think it's just the color of the paint, but it doesn't really show up on video very well. Shit. Quit it. So to disassemble this door, we got to get these two pieces off, the speaker out, this off, and then it should pop loose. That was easy. Didn't break it. Woohoo! There's one little screw behind this. We're gonna pop it out. The door pull, or the latch, there's two screws that hold that in. Take those out. I don't think you need me to give you instructions on how to remove two screws. The speaker has got to come out. This blown out surround on your speaker cone is very typical of a Honda Element. If you pull your little speaker cover off, you're probably gonna find this. If you don't, then you're lucky. When I bought my Honda Element, I thought the stereo sounded great. I really did. And I mentioned something about it and somebody said, well, I'll bet you the speakers are blown. I said, no, sounds great. They said, yeah, check it, I bet it is. And I looked, and you know what? It was. So here's the first plug we got to get to. Push these tabs in, pull it off. It's off real easy. And this speaker is totally junk, so we can dispose of that. At this point, we should just be able to snatch this door panel right off. There we go. Ooh, nickel, dime. Now, once we've got that up this high, we can unplug the plug that's on the back of this. Now that I've got all this loose, I'm gonna unhook this little bracket plastic clipper thingy majiggy that holds our door together. Alright, that should allow me to undo that, and then the plug for the switch. So this thing's got a little plastic clip you've got to unhook from the linkage, and then it's got a plug that goes in the back of this. You just squeeze it, pull it out, and we move on to the mirror and window switches. Alright, there's our panel. Alright, here's our panel pulled loose, and we'll set that to the side in case we end up needing any of these parts. The window seal felt I may end up saving, because this one looks pretty good, and I think mine looks like crap. Got a bunch of little plastic clips for holding panels on. We'll save those, as many as we can. Now, one of the things I'm having to figure out here is because on the junkyard car, I ended up cutting this wiring harness because I'm trying to snake this all out in one piece and unplug it under the dash, but I was just running out of time, so I cut it. And that means that I am going to have to unplug all of these wires from inside the door and snake all of this through this door from the old door. It's gonna be just great fun. Let's take this plastic off. Try to save this, because I know mine is destroyed. Yuck. Unplug the mirror. And we can pull the little tabs that hold the wiring harness to the door off of the door. Just pull out pretty easy. We go through this cut. These things have got this crazy looking glue on here that never fully dries. If it's super cold out though, it tends to get hard as a rock. It's difficult to work with. And I want to try and save this if I can. If I can't, oh well. I'm pretty sure mine doesn't have one in it. There's that one. Peel this as best we can. This length out. Try not to get this glue back on itself because it'll create a mess. And this job's already enough of a mess. Pull that wiring out. Finish peeling this off. And I'm gonna go set it somewhere where the wind won't blow it around. So, what's left on this wiring harness? We're gonna have a door actuator. This is your window motor. On them that slides off, obviously. Hit this little tab, push it in, unplug that. There, so it looks like this gets to stay. This piece is just held in by a clip on the back. So there's that. This one too. There's those two loose. This one loose. All right, there's those. That end of the wiring harness is undone. What's this? Wait a minute, I got something. Oh. Same couple of tricks over here. If you reach in behind, you can squeeze those tabs from the inside. Same as those, it's just put in the other way. There's that one, there's this one. Unplug my actuator. See how that goes? Oh yeah, I see now. All right, kids. Now we're gonna disassemble the actual door on the car. We're gonna start by taking all the goodies out of the pocket. The goodies on mine are an ice scraper and a tire gauge. Set those in here because I'll need them in a minute. Ooh, that's a valuable thing. These little panels, not much holding those on. Just kind of work your fingers in there and pop this off. Ta-da! Every time I take something like this off, I always check all these tabs to make sure they're not broken. These look good. This is my nice JBL speaker. This is a place where we want to be careful because it's very easy when you're doing this to let your screwdriver slip and punch it right through this, whatever the hell that thing's called, the little foam piece that surrounds your speaker. But they worked out pretty good. You see that? I almost punched that right through the speaker. Yeah. That would have been a great video. Now we pull this out and unplug our speaker. There's two. I'm gonna go put this somewhere safe. There's a little indentation at the top of that panel. Just pop it out. I'll show you in a second. See what I'm talking about? That little indentation, will accept this screwdriver quite readily. Now there's two screws, just like on the other door. Screwdriver, Phillips head. Today I am using the scarcely seen 2-bucket method. I'm sitting on one bucket, throwing parts in another. And that's because the little thing over here that holds your door halfway open is really worn out on mine. It doesn't work. And if I don't sit on a bucket in front of this door and hold it open with my knee, I'm gonna cuss it the entire time I'm here. All right, what's the next screw? The next screw's over here. Let's go ahead and work this panel off. Move here just to pop this little clip off. like that. You just kind of turn it. So you pop that little thing off and turn it, and that will come out now. Now we do this plug. Push that little tab in and pull. Ta-da. 12 millimeter. And it is in there, buddy. The bolt's got Loctite on it. That's why it was so tricky to get out. Push that in there. Pop it off. Ta-da! Here's our junk wiring harness. It's going to remind me of how many plugs I got on to. Start with the mirror. Let's see, how does that go? Tab is on the bottom. Push up, pull out. Easy, easy like pie. And there's a tab here. It's got to come out, and then the whole thing swings that way. So there's a little technique involved on this one. See? There, that's how that goes. I did a video on how to replace these if you want to know. This door panel I want to try and save because it's in better shape than the junkyard one. Two. All right, there's those two plugs. Same as on the other door, we want to unhook all this wiring harness, and then we want to pull it all out through that hole. It's gonna be fun. This one's already off. This one's already off. So let's start over here. Plug. Two plugs. See how these plugs go? Up inside there, you've got to push in that little tab and then pull on it. That's how those two work. So we've successfully removed 3 plugs, 4 plugs, 5 plugs. We got to undo this one, which is our wiper motor. Done. Now we've got to unhook all these little pieces that connect the wiring harness to the door. We're going to do that with a pair of pliers. You could use a more reasonably sized pair of pliers, but this is what I have closest to me. And that's what I'm going to use. There's one. That one. That one doesn't have to come loose. This one down here, under the speaker, in front of the speaker, in front of the speaker. Now we gotta get this one and that one. Oh, okay, that one just broke off. All right, now we're going to try to yank all of this crap out through that hole without destroying it. Without destroying it being the tricky part. Got to start by working this rubber piece out of here. All right. There we go. Alright, so let's put all of this wiring inside the door so that I'm not hanging it on these sharp edges. Hopefully that's a smart move. Now we just start wiggling this stuff out. And I'm looking through this hole at this hole to see what, if anything, is snagging my wiring. Alright guys, there it is, the entire wiring harness out of the door. Now we're ready to yank this door. Now I've spent a little time debating this in my head. How do I want to do this? Do I want to remove the hinges from the car, take that, or do I want to remove the door from the hinges and take that? And I think I'm going to remove the door from the hinges. I think that's just an easier way to go. I think what I'm going to need here is a 12 millimeter. So let me go find that. Oh, wow, that comes apart really easy. That I did not expect. Okay. Last bolt, and I've got my bucket set over there so that I've got something to kind of ease it down on. Bolt in that bucket, and now our door should be free. Yay! Look, I'm a Jeep boy. Jeep boy! Alright, let's get to it. So this is the ridiculousness that I finally put together to be able to do this by myself. These are my ramps down here, with my jack sitting on top of it, piece of cloth on top of the jack so that I don't scratch the door, and that let me get the top bolt in. Now let's see if I can get another one in. All right, 2 top bolts are started. Now I got to pull this out a little bit so I can move the hinge. There we go. Need 2 more bolts. There's another one started. Try to get this one. Next thing I want to do before I do anything else is go ahead and pull this wiring into the door so that I don't pinch it in the door and ruin all this tedious work. So, all right, go back to sitting over here. Hi, how you doing? What's your sign? Okay. Sometimes I just get a look at myself and I'm so pretty. I get distracted. You know what I'm saying. Kind of like wrestling an octopus. All right, there's all of that in the dough. Now let's put our rubber in. That's what she said. The little thing is going in much easier than I expected it to. Yeah, that's it, that's in. Okay, cool. That one goes here. There's one. Another one here in front of the speaker. Remember? Another one below the speaker. How does this wiring come through this door? It goes through that hole, comes down here, these pieces snap in, then all of the wiring harness except for the speaker lead comes out of this hole. And from here, we go where we need to go. These go to the door actuator. So let's try and hook those up first. There's one, and come on, there's 2. Now, once we've got those in, we can snap in these little plastic pieces that hold it in place, like that. Let's see, this is our window actuator. Hi, how you doing? This one goes up here. Yeah. Now, these, what is this? This is, what is this? Oh, one of these is the door lock. Remember the door lock? So that's got to hang here. So we plug that in. These 2 are our mirror and door locks for the other doors. No, this is the window switch. Window switch and mirror. Now we can put that plastic piece on that we were talking about before. Door stays open by itself now, so that thing is definitely an improvement. All right, hopefully There's enough sticky left on this thing for it to do its thing. There's that piece. That went in there. How's that sound? Yeah, that's it. All right, let's glue some of this back down. Now, this hole, remember, was for all these wires to come through. There we go. Now we can plug our mirror in. All right. Just because you see me doing something on here and you've seen me fix stuff before, doesn't mean I know what I'm doing. A lot of times, I don't. I have to just get in here and wrestle with it and figure it out just like anybody else. So the next move I've got to do is pull a couple of little pieces that didn't come out with the door panel. There's one. Since that came out in one piece, we're going to put this in our door. See? What we want to do is make sure we have all of these in place before we try to put one on. So that one was missing. This one is broken. So we're going to want to try and find another one for that. And I've got another one right here. These are the little things that go in there. Slides into the door panel and then it clips into the door. So we'll put that right here. So, last piece of this puzzle is to put this panel on. It's actually not the last piece. I keep saying that. I keep lying to you guys. Just a big evil liar. A little chilly out here, guys. There's my window switch. My mirror switch. The last wire will be the door switch, which I will tuck through here as I get ready to put this on. Now we got to be sure that we miss our lock lever thingy. Got to make sure this door seal, window seal, is up against the window. A couple of pieces of this puzzle. That down on there. Looks pretty good. Once we've got it slid down where this is hanging on the windowsill, this looks like it's working correctly. This looks like it'll reach what we need it to reach. Pull our plastic up a little bit. Snap it on. Let's put our door latch back. Little tiny black screws go in there. It just clips back on the rod. Ta-da! Now we plug our speaker back in. Screws in. And speaker cover on. That's latched. Let's see how our door looks. Well, hell, there's nothing left to do. Look at that door alignment. That's amazing. And now that I've got this together, I'm seeing there's a little bit of a ding right there. Should I go back and get that other door? Kind of weird looking, isn't she? I like it though. It seems to work. Yeah. Oh, I locked the door. Key. Works. I want to check my door seals, make sure they're all in place, because some of them were kind of pulled off of the junkyard one. So let's double check all of that. Put these little door garnishes back on. Garnishes, you know, like parsley. And now the last move is to see if all of our little things actually work. Door latch. Door latch works just fine. Lock. Locks work good. Window. Not only does the window work, but the motor in it sounds smoother than my original one, which was starting to sound like crap. So probably just saved myself a job right there. That window. That window's working fine. I got genuine Honda glass in this window, by the way. That's expensive. Mirrors. The mirror control works just fine. What about that mirror? That mirror works just fine too. So it's all working. We like that. We like things that work. That's why we fix stuff. So what do you think? Definitely needs a good wash, but I'm starting to dig it. Next we'll do the plastic on the roof, and my new headlight just got here today, so may end up doing that. These two dogs don't kill me. So until next time, this is Clint Searcy saying, you can do this, I promise.